Hi, excuse the irrelevant b-roll over this. Let's read something. So, here's the thing. I started YouTube channel with the hope that soon enough I might get big and would not need to go to work. Working a 9-to-5 job has never been something I imagined myself doing. I think being a big dreamer has something to do with it. The thought that if I'm ever to do something of any significance, it is highly unlikely that I will do that while doing a regular job. Another thing that has always been there is the ego. It's part of the reason I was nicknamed Somatekis. My ego has been inflated ever since I was a child. Some things have always seemed below me, even though I don't come from a rich family. I've always had pride that I'm somehow better than everyone in the whole universe. Not sure what arbitrary method I was using there, but I can tell you that excelling at school surely inflated my ego even more. Now that I'm older, I've realized two things: how difficult it actually is to achieve all the things that are my dreams, and how hard I have to work. Being the first graduate in my family means I have extra responsibility. It's called black tax, and no one even mentioned this, but I'm expected to take care of my siblings and parents as soon as possible. It is truly amazing that I'm able to force my way through the second degree that I'm doing and doing something that I like instead of going to work. And I've been thinking a lot about work, and lately it doesn't seem as bad as I imagined, especially if you're in the field that you like, as much as I like computer science and doing things like research, right? So this has changed the way of looking at things and has offered me an alternative to only relying on blowing up on the internet. Obviously, I still will develop my skill and hope to get hired for photography and video in the real world. This has made me realize how cool it would be to look at my life journey 20 or 30 years from now, telling the stories I really care about and doing for the sake of just doing the thing. There's this idea I've had lately and it's really amazing. So I started noticing from last year that something happened, right? So the degree I was doing I didn't like very much, so if you follow this channel you will know. So it was sometimes difficult to study for a reasonable amount of time. The only time I will study efficiently and without distractions was when I will record myself while studying. The same thing happens even now. I think it's not much to do with the liking of what I'm doing, but doing it for a reasonable amount of time. So I like making videos, and the fact that making videos helps me in the process of learning the other stuff I'm interested in is one of my greatest discoveries. It is in this manner that my life at all times will be in harmony, as all my interests are combined at the same thing at the same time. Right? This is what I want to do with all my interests, and we'll see where it goes. Blowing up on the internet is something that doesn't happen a lot, and the chances of it happening are about the same as those of winning the lottery. Something with such a small chance of happening shouldn't in any way dictate what I post on the internet. From this day forward, I'll try to live and do stuff without the idea of blowing up in my mind. Mine will be an interesting life. I would like to see it in full HD in the future. Okay, so that's what I wrote down. Obviously, with was unemployment being this high in South Africa and whatever, it would be better if I blew up on the internet, right? But also, that has seemed to be a quick way of doing things you don't like, doing things that are trendy, doing things so that you may get views, get followers or subscribers. So I'm just gonna try and look at YouTube as this way of documenting. So I have many interests. I'll tell you more about it on the following videos. I have a lot of interests, so I'll just record myself while doing those, and hopefully you like the stuff you watch. If you don't like it, then you may. That's too bad, right? Yeah, that's what's happening. From now onwards, if I'm not relying on YouTube in any way, if I'm not having even the bit of hope that YouTube will be my sole sort of source of income, then I think I might actually do YouTube well. And all social media, Instagram and whatever. Yeah, that's what I wrote down. That's been it. So much. Peace.